going on, Bucs fans? You're watching Bucs Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Reid Bartkus. Wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, hope you're having a great day. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking about the Bucs just got a double dose of rumors. We're going to break it down. We got a couple things that we need to talk about. Some free agency is literally right around the corner, so we got to talk about some things that could potentially happen, some things that are going down, and just rumors that are happening around the Buccaneers, because that's what this show is all about, just giving you guys the content that you deserve. Now, we got some new intel on an edge rusher by the name of Trey Hendrickson. Apparently, according to Adam Schefter, he wants to play for the Bucs. You know, when I first heard this, I was like, oh, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I want a Ferrari too. That's awesome. But, you know, not everybody has $25.5 million to give to Trey Hendrickson, but that can always be worked out. So that's what we're going to talk about on today's show. But before we do that, we're actually so close to 1,500 subscribers on this channel, which is absolutely crazy. I can't believe you guys are here watching me still, which is, you know, absolutely unbelievable. But we're at 1,360, and we need 140 to get to 1.5K subscribers, where you're going to get free, fun, exciting, daily Bucs content from yours truly for you guys. That's what I'm here for. So I just give you the content, and you guys, you know, hang out and watch a fun Bucs video. So make sure to hit the Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. 100% free. So let's get on to today's show. This is from Adam Schefter. He went on Pardon My Take and had a little excerpt about the edge rusher from the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that Hendrickson would love to be in Tampa. I think he would love to be in Tampa. I guess I just wrote that twice. Sorry about that, guys. He lives in Point Verde. I don't think the Jaguars have the requisite cap room for him. Tampa would be a great fit. I think in a perfect world, Trey would like to stay in Florida. No state income tax. That was very nice when I lived there. But he's also open to going to the best possible situation. If Trey has a pick, I think he'd like to end up with the Bucs, but we will see if it works out that way. That's pretty cool. Hey, shout out to Adam Schefter for that little quote, because it makes it very interesting now, because Trey Hendrickson is a very, very good edge rusher. Let's not step over the fact that, you know, maybe he had a down year in 2025, but he very, very, very good at what he does. But his Spotrac market value is 25.4, and that's a lot of money. You know, $25.4 million is a lot of money to pay one player. But if you look at his sack totals in 2024 and 2023, back-to-back 17.5 sacks. And obviously, like I said, 7 games played in 2025. He had a contract dispute with the Cincinnati Bengals because they're broke. And now it was sort of like, all right, what do you got left for me? Because this usually happens sometimes when a player has a very good year and then they have a contract dispute, and then that next year is just a very down year. And I think he still has a lot of juice left. Now, Trey Hendrickson is if you could just describe him, he's just production. Like, he will give you what you need. And back-to-back 17.5 sack seasons is hard to come by. Like, when we signed Hassan Reddick, we were hoping to get that Eagles Hassan Reddick, that double-digit sack guy. This is more what I'm feeling about. If you sign a guy like Trey Hendrickson, he's going to be a lot better than Hassan Reddick. He's going to be what you were expecting and hoping to get out of Hassan, plus a lot more. So when you look at his PFF ranks last year, 82 overall PFF, tied for 14th, still pretty good. The thing that I want to look at, though, is that pass rush grade. He's got 90 pass rush grade. I can't talk today, guys. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day, but 90 PFF for the pass rush. That ranks 6th out of 129 qualifying edges. That is really good, and that is something that we are lacking on this depth chart right now. Yaya Diaby, he had a solid year. I say that every time this linebacker depth chart pops up. But like I said, Hassan Reddick did not pan out the way we thought he was going to pan out in the 2025 season. Now, not that he had a bad year, just you can't pay him all that money for him to not produce the way that you were expecting. So when it comes to Trey Hendrickson, this is a guy that produces for you. Now, with Hassan Reddick, we were expecting a lot more, right? Like that $12 million, like you expect production from that. Maybe not like the Eagles, Hassan Reddick, but maybe a sliver of that. And we got only like a tiny bit of what we thought Hassan Reddick was gonna do. And we desperately need pass rush help. That is something that is on the front of my mind when I'm thinking about this defense is when you get good pass rush, it helps the secondary so much. And Trey Hendrickson is like the definition of producing. Like he gets in the backfield. He's a hand in the dirt, rough type of edge rusher. And coming like 17 and a half sacks is unbelievable. And you did it twice. And having that down year, I think that contract dispute and everything like that sort of messed with it. Missed some games, obviously. So I wouldn't hate this signing if we actually decide to go out and get Trey Hendrickson. The money is a little weird. $25.5 million average is a lot of money. And we'll get to that. And we can figure that out with some restructuring, maybe cut some players. But if you really want to be serious about getting better on defense and getting a better pass rush, this guy does it for you for sure. And the situation gets a little bit different now because Jordan Schultz, if you guys didn't see, breaking news, the Bears are trading star wide receiver DJ Moore to the Bills per multiple sources. A massive new weapon for Josh Allen. So the Bears, they free up about $10 million with Drew Dahlman retiring, and then this about $16.5 million opens up for them after DJ Moore. So that means I feel like they're freeing up a lot of money to go after Max Crosby. So I've talked about Crosby on this show before. I feel like that's just a pipe dream a little bit. Like if you really want to go out and get him, you're going to have to give up 2 firsts and maybe a little bit more because he has his eyes maybe set on a certain amount of teams that he wants to play for. I don't know if the Bucs are on that list. So they're going after him. That means Trey Hendrickson's probably the Bucs, Cowboys, maybe the Patriots, and Rams, maybe another team. So, like I said, $25.4 million a year is pretty steep, but you can restructure, you can move contracts to bring him in. If you want to restructure Tristan Wirfs, that saves a lot of money. You could restructure Vita Vea if you want to keep him on the roster. You could even cut Vita Vea if that's an option that you want to do. But, like, there are things that you can do to bring Trey Hendrickson in for the amount of money that he would want. Now, are we going to pay him for, that down year that he had? I think you got to look more into the 2024-2023 season that he had. But I want to hear from you. Let me ask you, would you sign Trey Hendrickson? Type S for sign, type P for pass down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. This is what this show is all about. I love what you guys have to say in the comment section because, sometimes I learn some stuff from you. So it's all a whole community of stuff about the Bucs. So what would you do? Would you sign Trey Hendrickson? Type S for pass. Type S for pass, Cullen. Type S for sign. Type P for pass. If you would like to know what I would do, I would probably say sign. I think we need as much help as we can get, and we can go in the draft as well and get some good linebackers. It's pretty deep. So I'd say sign. All right, coming up, the second dose of rumors that the Buccaneers got on today's video. A potential change to the running back room because if you guys did not know, the Bucs are not tendering Sean Tucker, the third string running back, I guess, after Rachaad White. So he'll become a free agent, and he rushed for 320 yards, 7 touchdowns last year. Big Renzo guy, third down guy, big bowling ball. So this makes things a little bit interesting now because I've talked about Sean Tucker a couple times on this show, and I've also talked about the running back room and maybe what Zach Robinson would want to do because when you get a new OC, the offense could look very different in terms of maybe who's in the backfield, how you're using types of guys. So now Sean Tucker, I do like him. He's a cheap option for sure. I've seen a lot of people in the comments say, hey, how about we just continue to develop him a little bit more and maybe re-sign him and bring him into to back up Bucky Irving and use him as sort of how like Bijan and Tyler Allgeier were doing. But I don't know. So I also want to say, wait a minute, hold on. If anyone's saying like, oh no, like we didn't tender him, now we can't bring him back. No, we still can. It just means he's unrestricted now. It means he can go see what other teams will offer him. And then if no teams offer him anything and we still want to bring him back and, he's like, he was willing to come back, we could sign him. So that's not a problem. And I have a projected deal for him. The restricted tender cost, it's like $3.5 million. That's just way too expensive for a third string running back who he's not terrible. Obviously, he had that great game against the Bills in Week 11, but like, I just don't think $3.5 million is what he's worth. But I think a team or the Bucs could bring him in for maybe a 2-year, $2.5 million deal, which I think would be sufficient enough for a solid and maybe probably a backup running back. Maybe you go in the later rounds of the draft and you get somebody there, but the running back class in this draft is not very deep. So I think maybe if you want to bring him back, or you go for the more expensive option, but the more production in the Tyler Allgeier. Have Tyler Allgeier come back to Zach Robinson's offense, have him follow him to the Tampa Bay area, and go after that. Because I know he's a little bit more expensive, but you look at the production, he's got a lot more production, a lot more, I guess, consistency and reliability, I guess, from a running back standpoint, because he was in the same backfield as one of the best running backs in the league right now in Bijan Robinson. We can't argue that. And he's still producing over 500 yards, 600 yards in 2024. And I mean, this could be a real option for us. And his market value right now is $5.7 million. So a little expensive in terms of like compared to Sean Tucker. But I think you get a lot more production out of Tyler Allgeier. And I think he fits the offense a little bit better, obviously, following Zach Robinson. And he's only 25 years old, which also makes that a lot better. And I think he complements Bucky Irving and brings a different look into this offense that we didn't have last year. But I love hearing from you guys once again. So you pick a running back for me. Sean Tucker, type ST, or Tyler Allgeier, type TA. If I had to choose this one, I would probably go Tyler Allgeier, just because he has that experience level a little bit more and coming into that Zach Robinson offense. But please let me know down in the comment section who you would choose for the running back position. All right. Obviously after Bucky Irving. But a little extra news for you at the end of this show before we get out of here. The Buccaneers exercised the option on punter Riley Dixon's contract, preventing him from becoming a free agent and tying him to Tampa for the 2026 season. That's from Adam Schefter. All right. Like I saw this and I was like, he's like all right, but he's not that good. Like his 2025 stats, he's got 63 punts, tied for 11th. His average is 44 yards. That's 29th. Net average is 38. And that's 26th. And inside the 20, he was pretty good, 29. But he had two blocked this year. And I just, once again, I was like, okay, I guess he's getting paid $3 million. I feel like, $3 million isn't crazy, but like maybe we use it somewhere else, right, Cullen? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you thought. I mean, some people love Riley Dixon. I thought he was okay, but like this is like my one-word reaction. I was like, all right, okay, I guess. So that's all I got for you on today's show. Just a little bit of a double dose of rumors, maybe some news about Riley Dixon. But like I said in the beginning of the show, I just like to give you guys the content and let you guys decide what you want to do with it, how you want to take it, and just hang out and have a fun video for the Bucs. But if you want some more Bucs news, follow me on X, Reid_Bartkus. If you guys follow me and I know I can see that you're a Bucs fan, I will follow you right back because I just want to grow my following on there and just put myself out there as a Bucs content creator. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button because if you got to the end of today's video, it means we're probably doing something right and you like it. So shout out to mom and dad. They watch all the way to the end. So shout out to you guys. But if you are watching right now, make sure to hit that sub button. 100% free. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. make sure to hit the like button as well. I'm just rambling on. All right. As always, fire the cannons.